what's happening, partners and pilgrims? It's Big BS here once again on Big B's Library. I know I've been missing for a little bit. Holidays and birthdays and a little sickness came through on the pilgrimage. But we're back in 2025 with some new episodes of Big B's Library. Just set this cup down. I'll show you what we're looking at today. Today is a real partners and pilgrims kind of special guide that we're looking at today. Rockstar presents Red Dead Redemption Game of the Year Edition. Now this game is an awesome game, and if you haven't, I know a lot of people have played Red Dead 2, but Red Dead 1 really sets the groundwork for it, and it's just as good of a game as the second one, story-wise, and everything's great. I highly recommend checking it out. But if you haven't played it, or if you have, this book is great for beginners and experts. So let's go ahead and just take a look at it right now. I'll show you what's inside. All right, what is happening, partners and pilgrims? It's Big BS here again, and we are back finally with another episode of Big B's Library. And this is the first one of 2025. I appreciate you guys hanging out with me. Don't forget to follow and subscribe and like and comment and all that good stuff. Trying to grow those numbers here. We're going through the Red Dead Redemption Guide, Game of the Year Edition. This one is a nice hard book, or hardback. It's in great condition. It's barely been used. I've had it ever since the game came out, though. Sitting in my library. So let's get into it here. This contains the Undead Nightmare. You can see it's still even hard to open here. Let's take a look at some of the cool artwork in here. Here's the table of contents. Got all the main story missions, Act 1, Act 2, other activities, strangers, weapons, multiplayer, and all the DLC, the Undead Nightmare, which is a lot of fun. I highly recommend shooting zombies with a blunderbuss. One of my favorite parts of it. So let's read the intro here. Welcome to the Frontier. Red Dead Redemption delivers an unprecedented open-world third-person action-adventure western experience packed with everything you'd expect there to be in the Old West. Bloodthirsty outlaws, proud frontiersmen, profiteering officials, jaded lawmen, violent idealists, and swaggering gunslingers all fighting to survive in an unforgiving world. All in direct conflict with one another and all with very little time for personal hygiene. Set in 1911, the story takes place in a fictional region of the American West, extending south into a border province of Mexico and northeast to modern civilization. The world embodies the last remnants of the old frontier and the Western lifestyle, where vast expanses of wilderness, small dying towns, and obsolete outposts are slowly catching up with progress and modern society. The characters in the story are common folk pushed to the edge. The way of life that they dreamed for in the West is disintegrating. Some are desperately fighting the forces of change, and others have already given in and are taking advantage of the disorder. They have strong interests, desires, and passions that often clash with the needs of others, resulting in violence and bloodshed. Gangs of outlaws and bounty hunters roam the territories and inflict their will on anyone who is unfortunate enough to cross their path. Tenacious landowners defend their decaying domains, while lawmen harshly impose their doomed ideas of order. Our hero, John Marston, is a survivor trying to save his family. A former outlaw who thought he'd left the life behind him, John must now ride back out to the hunt down the gang he used to run with. Not because he's trying to make things right or find peace within himself. The reason is less poetic and far more insidious. It turns out that corrupt government agents are holding his wife and son hostage until his old gang members are brought to justice. Pretty intense stuff there. So we look at John Marston, our main character here. If you played Red Dead 2, you know who he is. Well, we'll read through his. I'm not going to read through every character, but John Marston. Our hero is a failed apostle. He is a man who fell in with Dutch van der Linde's vision until he saw it become insane, and he gave his former life up to become a farmer and family man. John grew up in a rough orphanage and started stealing and killing when he was young. Dutch saved him from from a hanging and educated the illiterate Marston. He taught him ethics and a love of nature, a belief in things other than violence, other than power. John never really believed he could escape his past, especially after the killings on the train, but spent 3 years trying. Now his past has returned in the form of a government agency that is hell-bent on solving these murders and prepared to use his family to do so. He is a man who understands that human beings can change and that the world cannot be held up by one man's dreams. He is both van der Linde's greatest success and his ultimate undoing. And some of the other characters, we got Bill Williamson, Nigel West Dickens, Bonnie McFarlane, which you might know from Red Dead 2 as well, Marshall Lee Johnson, Landon Ricketts, Dutch van der Linde, Seth, Colonel Augustine Allende, Archer Fordham, Captain Vincent DeSanta, Louisa Fortuna, Irish, Abraham Reyes, Professor Harold McDougall, Edgar Ross. You can see there's a lot of big key characters here. A lot of stuff that this guide is good at. It covers the main game, all the DLCs. It has detailed walkthroughs of everything, all the achievements and trophies, art and sketches that never before seen, and the extended coverage on outfits, treasures, and interactive maps. Red Dead Basics here. We got safe houses, navigating the West, Deadeye, which is a big key feature there. You can slow down time and line up shots easier. Honor, perks, and ranks, the fame and honor. I went through this game, got every achievement. I'll tell you, when you get the bandana on, it keeps your fame and honor from going up or down. Fame and honor goes up and down based on the good and evil things you do. I put my bandana on early in the game to cover my face, not realizing that it kept all your fame and honor from adjusting. One of the only achievement I didn't get was for maxing out the fame or honor meter, and I couldn't do it. And so by the time I got to the end of the game, I finally realized it's because I had the bandana on, and that was the only achievement I did not get in this game. And you can see all the details of everything in here. Main story walkthrough. Here we go. 100% completion. Play through all 57 story missions to finish the main story of Red Dead Redemption, but keep in mind that the game also includes multiple extra missions for strangers, side jobs like the Night Watchman, horse breaking, and mini games, as well as survivalist, sharpshooter, and hunting challenges. Alright, we got Act 1, The Frontier. There's our girl. And you can see a lot of the pictures. The game doesn't look quite as good as Red Dead 2, but it does still look very good. And the story is just as good. You gotta play them both, honestly. If you played Red Dead 2, you gotta play Red Dead 1. I never did play Red Dead Revolver, which is the first in this Red Dead series. I need to go back and play that one time. Lots of great artwork. You can see this book was very well designed. Rockstar Games. This is, when they were doing real big things, as they do. Not quite as big as they are now. Red Dead 2 and GTA 5 definitely set them up for a huge amount of success. This guide is great for new players and seasoned gamers looking to explore every aspect of the game, because there is a lot here. You can see this book is very thick. And the DLC does add a lot of content, but not so much to where this would be a small book without it. Lots of good shots here. all the artwork and stuff, all the details of every mission you want to do. Hanging Bonnie McFarlane. You get to use a machine gun on the back of a wagon. I mean, the game is very similar to GTA, especially Red Dead 2. But man, the stories really just keep it in the atmosphere of everything, the music, and it does a very good job of immersing you in this game. And the multiplayer was a lot of fun too. I had a whole lot of fun playing multiplayer, especially when the Undead Nightmare came out, because then they came out with the you could fight like waves of zombies, kind of like you could do in Call of Duty. I remember being on top of a barn roof with a blunderbuss just unloading on zombies. It was so much fun. Me and a friend of mine. Gentle drive with friends. Let them bury their dead. Let the dead bury their dead, rather. And you see, we're still in Act 1, 85 pages in. D.D. Packenbush Company. Push the minecart down the hill. Company Irish to the warehouse. Taint toilet powder. Stay dry in the saddle. And see, a lot of the products and stuff, they have that same humor that you'll find in GTA when they mock different products and pop culture items. Mission: ride the ferry. Tasteless castor oil. Fights fever, loosens stubborn bowels, and induces pregnancy. Interesting. Act 2, Mexico. The Gunslinger's Tragedy. This is pretty hard when you get into the Mexico act, especially when you start taking on the fort towards the end. It can be pretty difficult, but I just love the landscape of it, the world they built. Although the graphics are a little dated. Red Dead 2 pretty much builds on everything this game set up for it. B.S. Edwards Gelatin, premium brand. Big BS gelatin. Use it every day. And we got Civilization at Any Price, Vincent DeSanta. We got the Demon Drink, another Vincent DeSanta mission. Empty Promises. And there's lots of classic guns and stuff in here. Horse riding's a lot of fun. Horse fighting. Falcon Claw Tobacco Pipe. Genuine Pine Curved Horn Mouthpiece. Clear out the fort. Mexican Caesar. Mexican Caesar salad sounds good, huh? The Emperor. Iron bottom, steel covered steamer trunk. Alright. Cowards die many times. More Vincent DeSanta. Mission strand reopens. New mission strand opens. Watch the rushes. Don't let the cavalry reach the docks. Here we go. What's this say? Lily of the Valley face wash and skin whitener. They're really trying to get that skin white, huh? Didn't want that tan. Must a survivor die? I mean, we're going to flip through every page of these books. J.J. McClure, fortifying hair tonic. That thing is really fortified, Jesus. Alright. And then we got Captain DeSanta's downfall. Take DeSanta to the cemetery entrance. Get a little more light over here real quick. See if that helps anything out here. Alright, a little better, I think. And then we go to the Great Mexican Train Robbery. Arctic Ming, solid ash antique finish Empire style kiln dried icebox, whatever. Loot the armored car, return to Reyes. The Gates of El Presidio. Overall, just a really great game. You see lots of content, lots of gameplay. It is, a long game. There's Act 3, The North. Bear 1, Another's Burden. Agent Edgar Ross. Alright. So now we're into Act 3, The North. A little more civilized living up here. More technology, more culture, more policing. Finest Rio Blend coffee, Quaker and Fitz. I like this. Lots of big pictures, but also all the details you need. The pictures to show you exactly what you need, where you need to be. Weeping Virgins for Mr. Johnson. Jesse Raymond in his finest role to date, coming soon to Armadillo. Interesting play title. Wagstaff and Mounts. Vim and Vigor Electric Belt. A special family remedy to restore virility and strength often lost within a few months of marriage. Nice. A boner belt. And then we got the opium. You know how that was back then, right? At least from what I'm told. There's a little mountain cat there. He's a little blocky. Get the binoculars. Look for Dutch with the binoculars. For purely scientific reasons only. Purposes. And then we get the big animals, the bear. Hunting's another big part of Red Dead. That was a lot of fun. Some of those animals were really hard. Those bears will beat your ass real quick. The prodigal son returns to Yale. The home missions outlaws return. And then we keep on scooting through. John Marston and his son, Jack. Say that this game is really good. The story's great. The ending is even better. I'm not going to spoil it for anybody if you haven't played it. But, man, it really is impactful. It really adds to the redemption part of the title. Look at that bear. That's huge. It's insane. Abigail Marston, Old Friends, New Problems, By Sweat and Toil. Then we're clearing through some more of the missions in Act 3 here. Bulldog's Lip brand clam juice. Gross. Red Dead Redemption, baby. We're just getting through Act 3 now. Alright, now we've reached the other activities. And if you want to see kind of the ending there, there's a glimpse of it, but I'm not going to read too much into it. I think that's the end there, at least. On other activities here, we got jobs and activities. Just random little things to get your skills up, earn some money. Extra content, gang hideouts, go clear out some gangs. Tumbleweed hideout. Then they give you the guides for each hideout. Twin Rocks, Pike's Basin, Gaptooth Breach, Nasalita hideout, Fort Mercer, Tesoro Azul. And then we got PlayStation 3 exclusive hideout. Okay, Solomon's Folly hideout. So this one's exclusive to Sony PlayStation 3. I didn't know about this one. Reward is honor only. Main objectives: meet the sheriff, put down the Walton gang, return to the wagon, talk to the banker. Prerequisite: Solomon's Folly hideout becomes active after completing Bonnie's first mission, New Friends, Old Problems. And then the fail conditions. Okay, so I didn't know about that. That's new. And then mini games. We got poker. Different poker locations. Blackjack and their locations. The Five Finger Fillet and their locations. That's your stabbing knife through your fingers without cutting yourself kind of thing. Horseshoes, Liar's Dice, arm wrestling. And then we go into strangers. They all have different missions they want for you. Here's the strangers location map. This is awesome. I like this. Western Border States, 1910. Flowers for a Lady, Let No Man Do or Put Asunder. Jenny's Faith, California. Some little side missions here. Water and Honesty, American Appetites, 3 parts, 1, 2, and 3. Funny Man, 4 parts. Who Are You to Judge? And then Lights, Camera, Action, 2 parts. Locations and details all included here. I Know You, 3 parts. And then Daedalus and Sun. And we're over halfway through this book now here. We got Poppycock, Avon Peril, Love is the Opiate, Aztec Gold Mission, The Prohibitionist, The Wronged Woman, American Lobbyist, and Remember My Family, all bunch of extra side missions. And then we got the list of all the items. Maps, oils, apples, baits and bullets and kits and bandanas and campsites. All the different items here. And then we got all the horses listed. And their different stats and abilities and perks and such. And then we go through all the weapons. Knife, pistols. Lots of different pistols here. Pistols and revolvers. And then we go into projectiles, dynamite, throwing knife, fire bottle. Then we got lasso, sniper rifles. Then regular rifles. And then more rifles. Shotguns. That's a lot of fun there. Where's the blunderbuss? What does that fall under? Should have been like a shotgun, right? I don't see it. Maybe it's in the DLC. Then the shops and what they sell and how much they sell them for and what they all do. Whole bunch of good stuff here. Like I said, tons of details on everything in the game. They really went all out here with this Game of the Year edition. Skinnable sales. So here's all the skinnable items you can get from animals, which is a lot. And then the list of all the different animals, where you can find them, and more details there. Chest awards. Gang hideout chests. You get lots of money and items for that. And then we go into the challenges. This is a cool shot here with the vulture. Here's the challenge map. Survivalist challenge. Finding all these different flower types. You see all the dots lined up on the map. Like I said, there's a lot, especially when it comes to these challenges here. These can take a lot of time to find every single thing. Master Hunter challenges, all the different animals you have to skin. And secret rare animals. Lobo the wolf, Khan the jaguar, Brumus the bear, Gordo the boar. Then the sharpshooter challenges. A lot of Deadeye using that. And then the treasure hunter, finding all the hidden treasure chests. And like I said, there's a lot of extra stuff in here too. We're going hidden treasure chests, and then the bounty hunter missions. And a lot of this might seem familiar if you played Red Dead 2, because a lot of it does carry over. Lassoing a live bounty, dead or alive, snipers, and then a list of all the bounty targets, where to find their poster and them. Tons of bounties. Look at that, 3 pages of bounties. And then all the outfits, hidden scrap locations that can help you build some of these outfits. Elegant suit, duster coat, cowboy outfit, Ballard twins, treasure hunter, Bandito, Reyes Rebels. Tons of outfits to unlock. So 100%ing this could take a long time, and it did for me. All I missed, like I said, was that achievement for maxing out the honor and fame meter. And then here's all the achievements and trophies, how to get them, what they do, how many points they are worth. And then we get into the multiplayer. There's free roam, competitive modes, leveling up, hideouts, challenges, and then a whole list of tips. You see a group here, a posse here, It was a lot of fun getting grouped up with a gang and going and fight it, shooting out. Always like the multiplayer matches because you start with a shootout. Everybody in the match is just facing each other, and you just shoot out. Last man standing, you know, gets a bonus or something. I can't remember exactly, but and then unlockables in the multiplayer, PvP weapon challenges, legend mode, more challenges, tons of challenges in the multiplayer aspect as well. And then the Undead. We'll read a little bit of the Undead basics here. Released on October 26, 2010, the Undead Nightmare DLC pack features a totally new single-player story campaign. The game takes place near the end of Red Dead Redemption's story after Dutch van der Linde's demise. During the home missions, when John returns to his family at the Beecher's Hope Ranch. The story follows John Marston as he fights to save his family by finding a cure for the exceedingly communicable undead plague that has proliferated the frontier. This mysterious outbreak is rumored to have been started by either the Mexicans bringing the disease over the border, or from Seth Breyers stealing a sacred glass eye, or from the effects of the Nigel West Dickens Miracle Tonic. So nobody really knows, that's what you tell me. Alright, so new single-player content, new multiplayer characters, new items, undead weapons, tomahawk, explosive rifle, and the blunderbuss. No picture of it, but the blunderbuss was a undead add-on. And then complete all 8 story missions. So there's 8 story missions compared to the 57 in the main story there. So we'll go through. Here's the main story walk-in, or walk-through rather. And you can see the different color scheme here. Now we're a little more undead looking with the green, the zombie green. The zombies. I mean, this was a fun add-on. Cleanse the Blackwater Cemetery. Help the survivors secure Blackwater. All the details on the missions here. Mission, find the survivors on the auto livery, whatever. Clear the undead from Manzanita Post. Birth of the conservation movement. Alright. Find the 6th Sasquatch. Clear the undead from the Thieves' Landing. Mission, clear the undead from McFarland's Ranch and unlock Paternal Pride. And then you keep on going through. See, there's a decent amount of undead nightmare in here. Help the doctor. Return to Seth at the old Bacchus place. Bacchus. Mission, find a way into the barn. Clear the barn of the undead. Return to Bonnie. Go into the general store, find Joan and Eli. You see some zombies getting their feast on down here. And we're almost to the end here, folks. Appreciate you hanging out with me. If you like what you see, don't forget to hit that like button. Leave some comments and tell me what you want to see in the next videos. And subscribe so you know exactly when the next episode drops. Phosphorus coating. Filth and other entertainment. Missing souls. Ride to Pleasant's house. Take Millicent back to her family. Another, yeah, very detailed. Breaks down everything. Great screenshots as well. I mean, I don't know if they've missed anything in this book. I'd have to play through the game with it. Save 2 Dynamite. And you can see this book is in great shape. I never really used it while I was playing the game. Nowadays everything's digital, so nobody would really be buying these much more these days. That's why I started Big B's Library, because I had all these old books, old gaming books that I wanted to, you know, kind of go through and show to people what I've collected over the years. This is a thing that not a lot of people have around anymore that really get purchased. some of these are really nice to have, you know, coffee table kind of books and stuff. We got the Civilized Man. That's an ugly looking fucker there. Eliminate the undead in the altar room. Place the mask on the altar. Save your family. On a pale horse. I always love that shot right there. I think that's one of them from the cover there. The undead challenges. Look at this. I like that shot. Lose your horsey. And then famine and death and war and pestilence. Undead treasure hunter. There's all the treasure hunter maps. And then the undead hunter. So they add some more challenges on all ends there. The chupacabra is here. Hairless gray body and glowing red eyes. Undead sharpshooter. Sharpshooter challenges. Undead outfits now. Coming up to the last few pages. 400 pages here now we've gone through together. Undead hunter. Army of the Undead. Story complete version. Completion version. Let's see. Outfits. Legend of the Apocalypse. Union suit. Undead cowboy. And then missing persons. Here's a map of it. I like the nun with the shotgun there. You gotta kill them zombies. Good shot there. And then all the locations of the missing persons. And multiplayer DLC. Multiplayer DLC was a lot of fun. Red Redemption Outlaws to the End co-op mission pack. 6 co-op missions. Red Dead Redemption Legends and Killers pack. So this is a different DLC pack from the Undead one. New characters, multiplayer maps, challenges, tips, characters, and all that. And then the Red Dead Redemption Liars and Cheats pack. Stronghold locations, location-specific tips, more tips, new characters, more multiplayer add-ons, explosive rifle challenge. And that's coming up on the end here. Myths and Mavericks bonus pack. New multiplayer characters. Achievements and trophies for the DLC. And then we're at the end here. Brady Games staff. The author, let's do the Red Undead Addendum. Say that fast. Once. The authors and editor would like to acknowledge the following, both tangible and otherwise, for contributing to the experience of creating this guide. Bombay Sapphire and Maker's Mark. Wow, okay. Our friend Johnny at the High Soho. Gaetana's Sushi Samba and the inimitable Strip House. Roland the Gunslinger and our Catet's pilgrimage to the Dark Tower at 2nd Avenue and 46th Street. How word slingers, okay. And then this right here was the back insert when it was packaged and wrapped. There's the last shot there for you. Nice bloody shootout. And then the back of the book there. But this was packaged in it when it was saran wrapped. A little advertisement insert to show you what's inside the guide. And we've seen it all here today. I appreciate you guys hanging out with me on Big B's Library. That is the end of Rockstar Games Presents Red Dead Redemption Game of the Year Edition Guide. I appreciate you all hanging out with me. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. And don't forget to tune in next week when I got the next episode ready to go. Alright, appreciate you hanging out with me, guys. You have a good one. Adios. Alright, partners and pilgrims. I appreciate you all hanging out with me on Big B's Library. If you like what you're seeing, go hit that like button. Leave some comments and let me know what you want to see on the next episodes if I got it in my library. If not, I'll try to find a copy of it. And also hit that subscribe button, leave the notifications on so you know when I put out new content here. Once I hit 50 subs, we're going to start going live streaming on here. But yeah, so go ahead and hit those buttons for me, and I appreciate you hanging out with me. And don't forget to tune in next week when we go through the Street Fighter 2 Turbo Guide from back in the 90s. This thing is a classic, and it's still in really great shape. I've had this since it came out. So yeah, tune in next week. We're going to check out the Street Fighter 2 Turbo Guide. Appreciate y'all hanging out with me on Big BS. And this has been Big B's Library. See you on the next one, y'all.